Hi, everybody. I am Miss Berg, and I'm going to be your child's kindergarten teacher. Today, we're going to do a virtual parent meeting, and I'm going to share my screen with you. So, right now, you should see Welcome to Kindergarten. We're going to start the slideshow. This is something that I would normally do, obviously, in front of you. So, if you have any questions, you might want to jot them down and email me later. You also might want a pen and paper to be able to take any notes. So just getting to know me, this is my family. This is my husband, Davey. We've been together for a very long time, since we were actually 13 years old. And then high school sweethearts, and then we went to college and got married. This is my daughter, Addison. She's 12, and she's going into the 7th grade at Denham Springs Junior High. This is Owen. He's going into 3rd grade here at Eastside. And this is our puppy, Lincoln. This is my 20th year of teaching. I have a bachelor's in elementary education and special education. I have my master's of early childhood education, and my national boards is also in early childhood education. Things that I enjoy, very much just hanging out with the family in the backyard. We have an outdoor kitchen and a pool, and I enjoy doing CrossFit and running on my extra time. And this is our baby. This is Lincoln. So getting down to business, the first day of school, there's lots of things that I need to tell you about that are different than previous years. So just bear with me. I'm going to read the slides to you. Please make sure your child has his or her name written on the name tag given on testing day. Also, please put my name under your child's name. So my name is spelled B-O-U-R-G. This will help adults identify that he or she is a kindergartner. We will have administrators and staff helping to get these children off of the buses and out of the carpool and walking them down to the kindergarten hallway. Parents are not allowed to escort their children to the classroom, unfortunately, because of COVID. Students may come on campus starting at 8 o'clock, and the tardy bell rings at 8:30, so instruction begins at 8:30. Please make sure your child has a labeled, pre-filled water bottle coming to school each day. The water fountains will not be used because of COVID. I strongly recommend eating breakfast at home the first day of school. Some children are a little bit nervous the first day, so we wouldn't want them to be too nervous to go to the breakfast cart. There is a breakfast cart in the carpool area and the bus area. If they are okay with getting it the first day, that's fine. But just to make sure something is in their tummy, that would be very helpful. Please check car or bus tag the first day of school for accuracy. If incorrect, please let me know. When your child gets home, please be sure to put their bus or car tag in their blue school folder every day. We use this for at least 2 weeks. First day of school jitters are very common, especially for kindergartners and their parents. Please be their cheerleader when leaving for the first day of school. I can assure you that I will give them all of the love and attention when I get them at school, and I want you to rest easy in going through your day, that I will take great care of your little blessing. What can you expect academically for kindergarten? For math this year, we have a new math curriculum. It is a balance of hands-on and paper activities and lots of math conversations this year. Reading, there is mostly phonics that we do, constant phonics, letters and sounds, blending into words, and reading sight words. This will help them for writing. For writing, students will learn how to formulate a sentence based on their phonics skills that they've learned. We focus on pencil grip, handwriting, capital letter, finger space, end mark, and making sense of their sentence, and phonetically spelling their words. Social living will be character education, science topics, and seasonal themes. In kindergarten, they do actually receive grades. They get an E for 93% to 100%. That means excellent. An S is still great too, satisfactory, 80 to 92% on their assessments. An N means needs improvement, which goes from 68% to 79%. And a U means unsatisfactory, and that's 67% and below. These grades, if they have a U, will probably say, please sign and return, and those I keep in a file. I also grade daily papers with a smiley face or possibly a straight face, or I might put -5 to show you how many they've missed for the day for just a practice. It's not, that won't actually be graded in the grade book. Behavior gets a plus, a minus, or an X. For homework, your child will be given out, that will be given out the day of the assignment. Please have your child complete and send back the next day. Reading homework will usually be a reading page which reinforces skills that we've practiced at school. For math homework this year, because it's a new math curriculum, they have a parent letter that starts at the beginning of the week and explains the skills for the week. Each day will be a worksheet that coincides with the class activity. Homework supplies will be needed: scissors, pencils, glue sticks, or bottle glue, and crayons. A helpful hint would be to keep them in one spot so that your child knows how to get to them every day at home. Helping your child at home. Please be sure to complete that your child completes the homework and review anything labeled "Please practice." Be sure to practice letters, sounds, sight words every night. Flashcards, bathtubs, or magnets are great for extra practice. And practice skills listed on the homework page. Please take kindergarten seriously as you would any other grade. It is not just a social grade anymore. Kindergarten has become very rigorous over the years, and retentions actually do happen in kindergarten where they repeat for the following year. Your child will receive a blue folder at the beginning of the school year. This blue folder will be your child's everything folder. It's their homework folder. We mark behavior in there. We send notes back and forth to each other. And the classwork that we did for the day will be also on the right side of that folder. Please put any notes to me in this folder, not loose in the school bag. I actually do not look inside of your child's school bag. They take their folder out and they're very independent with that first day of school. Please read Kindergarten Scoop. So you'll see on the next slide, but I also have a sheet of paper here. This is the newsletter I actually have made for the first week of school. In the corner, there's a little spot that says Kindergarten Scoop, and this is all the upcoming activities that you'll see that we're doing at school, anything that needs to be returned to school. And then you also have your green dots. Hopefully they're green dots. And I'm going to put the dots under the behavior with a marker, and you initial there, and have your child complete the homework. So the homework's going to be here. This is just a tip. If you can help, it helps if you can keep the green dots at the top of your folder. So I'm not flipping every child's paper each day. You kind of will understand that once we get going. That means like in the folder, you would put it in this way so that I can easily put the dots on every kid's folder. Please clean out the keep at home side daily and just put homework to come back to school. Tests or assessments are usually given on Friday. They're graded, logged into the computer, and sent home as soon as possible. Tests will have the grades E, S, N, or U on it. And you may keep everything unless I have marked "Please sign." This sheet, the newsletter, stays in the folder until Monday when I take it out and I file it away on Monday. And this is actually what it looks like. So you can write your child's name if you want. The easiest thing for me to do is put their number here. And then you'll see all of the skills that we're learning for the week. This is where the dots go from me. This is where you sign for that day, and that's your child's homework for the day. Here's this Kindergarten Scoop. This is all the upcoming information. And these are the behavior color-coded, exactly like what's happening with your child. If they got green, that means they had excellent behavior. They do actually have a blue clip on our wall, which means warning. There is no blue dot though, so that's just kind of between me and the child. You had a little mess up, but no problem. You went back to green for the day. So the color coding would be green, possibly gold stars on top of the green if they were extra special. And then yellow after the green would be a yellow dot, and then which means they messed up twice. Only blue gets to go back up for the day to green, and then after yellow would be orange and then red. And all of that is right here. So if they got let's say a yellow dot, I would mark um, possibly number 5 and number 5 again if they were constantly talking. So I would write exactly what rule it was. So the rules are right here. If you have any questions about that, you can just write me a little note here. I tend to write notes here often in marker. Please return your child's blanket, that kind of stuff. So you'll see back and forth communication there. School expectations, here's the rules that go according to the newsletter that I just showed you, and it goes to every grade across the school. So we say these school expectations every morning together. Number 1, keep hands, feet, and objects to yourself. Number 2, show respect to everyone. Number 3, listen carefully and follow directions. Number 4, be prepared for all activities. Number 5, speak only with permission. Now it is kindergarten, so I understand we have a lot to say, and so I'm not real picky about, like, I'm not the police on speaking. I want them to communicate. I want them to share their thoughts. So that's just kind of for like excessive when it's a quiet time. The rewards that we have are happy faces, stickers, candy, air high fives, and air hugs because of COVID, praise, treasure box, pops rewards, and we get a paper cookie to fill up our cookie jar, and that is when the entire class is doing fantastic. And these are also the colors that go onto the newsletter, and it explains gold star students are above and beyond with exceptional behavior. Then there's green, blue, which is a warning. This mark is marked as a green dot, so you won't know if they got them, if they went down to blue, because they did great after that. It was just one little mess up. Then yellow, and then orange, and then red. Supplies. Supply fee is $45 for kindergarten. Please pay this fee online at Livingston Parish Schools website. The due date for Eastside supply fee is October 7th. For our classroom, students will be allowed to bring a small blanket to cover with. I like them to be cozy. I do put the air conditioner on. I have soft music. The blinds are closed, the lights are off. And so I try to create that mood where they can rest their bodies. If they are not resters, I tend to pull those children at my table and I work with them so we're not wasting time where they're just looking at me. But I'll work on things like letters, name, writing, numbers. Oops, sorry. Um, and so they can bring a blanket, and I do have one to show you. Please do not send a comforter that cannot fit into the cubby. This is Owen's baby blanket when he was a baby. It has a hole in it. He loved it a lot, but it's just a child's size. So as you can see, it's not very big, but it'll get the job done where they can cuddle up. So something small, and blankets go home on Friday for washing. A book sack that is large enough to hold a folder and a jacket in the cooler months and can be opened and closed by your child. No rolling school bags, please, because they do not fit in the cubbies. A change of clothes for the cubby, labeled in a gallon Ziploc bag. That's going to stay in their cubby all year long unless they need it. And that should include a uniform shirt, bottoms, socks, and even underwear. If your child needs to dip into that little bag, I send the whole bag home and you can replenish as needed, and then we'll keep it in the cubby when you send it back. So if your child does not have accidents, I would still suggest sending this gallon of clothing, because some days they might come in and they're completely full of mud from the playground, or spaghetti day got a little messy. So they might want to change their shirt, and it's no problem for me. And I just let them go change it in the bathroom, and then they come back with their bags. So I'll send it home as needed. Okay, so this is a new thing for us because of COVID, water bottles and masks. Water bottles are allowed. Please send a leak-proof water bottle or thermos filled with plain water only. Please do not send juice. Ants could be attracted from that. Please don't send milk in there or the flavored water. Your child should be able to open and close this water bottle independently. You may need to practice with them at home. Sorry. Mr. Foster to the office. I'm at school. Sorry. You may need to practice with them at home. This water bottle should be labeled with your child's first and last name. Face masks are not mandated for kindergarten, but are encouraged to protect each other. Please make sure your child's masks are labeled with first name and last name. Masks can be a solid color, patterned, or kid-appropriate characters. The Gator-style masks are allowed. No inappropriate slogans or graphics, and no bandanas are allowed. Eastside will provide one lanyard to each child to attach to his or her mask. So I actually have mine. I have a few, obviously, because I need a bunch. So I have the regular kind that this is probably something that they would see on like testing days. But when I'm teaching phonics, it's important for them to see my lips because I teach where the tongue should be placed for certain sounds. So I do have some made that you can see my face, my mouth. I have a few of those. So I plan to wear a mask at all times, but sometimes I will switch to this for reading. It's harder to breathe in these, so I'm only going to wear these whenever I'm teaching sounds. I also have a face shield that I can wear for small group assessments and small group instruction, so they could see my mouth where we put our tongue for certain sounds. And thank you so much for your help with water bottles and masks this year. Online payments, you will automatically get emailed receipts if you pay online. You can still send cash, check, or money order, but receipts do take a little bit longer to get back to you. The district is really pushing for online payments, so if you can do that, that'd be great. POPS Party is changing a little bit this year. POPS is a school-wide positive discipline plan in which teachers reward good behavior. These are going to be class celebrations this year. In the past, it's been like big school parties, but because of COVID, we can't do that this year. So if you are if you have older children, you'll see it's changed. POPS parties are going to be 4 weeks this year, 4.5 weeks. Most children earn all of their checks to participate in these days. And to earn a check, they have to stay on the blue, green, or gold for the day, and they have to be here, be in attendance. Specific information will come later, so you'll get more of that. Kindergarten's going to do all of the same kind of POPS party, but we're going to do it individually in our class. What happens if a child gets on a red dot? A lot. Well, the first red dot is detention. The second red dot would be detention and a phone conference with parents. The third red dot would be student conferences with the principal. The fourth red dot would be detention and school conference with the parent. And the fifth red dot or more could be an office referral. For the most part, we don't go that far in kindergarten. We teach behavior, so we don't expect them to come knowing everything. So we just model and model and model and practice and practice and practice. So hopefully we don't get that far anyway. Bus and car tags are the teacher's way of making sure all children are where they belong at the end of the day in just a quick glance. Be sure your child returns this bus or car tag every day in the blue folder. We will follow the procedure for 2 full weeks of school, so please be sure to keep up with this. So your child's going to get a color-coded tag. If they ride the purple bus, let's just say, they're going to have a purple bus hanging around their neck the first day of school. It's got their first name and last name. It'll have my name on it, and on the back side, it has the address and phone number to get in touch with you, and that helps the bus driver if they need you. That is so important to send back every day because in the afternoon, all of the kindergarten teachers are splitting children up according to their color bus. So I might be the person in charge of the purple bus and the red bus, and so all of my little children in my line should have a purple tag or a red tag. And so that helps Ms. Buckley and Ms. Smith. If they don't know the child, they see that their color bus is matching up with the color cone. Everything is color-coded for buses. So we are very specific about making sure every child gets home safely to you. So that helps us. It is also very crucial that your child goes home starting on the first day of school the same way every day. Getting the routine down from the first day is important for all of us, including your child, all the kindergarten teachers, and the bus drivers. We have many children to get home safely. It is extremely important to stick to one mode of transportation in the afternoon. So, for an example, would be if you are a red bus kid, or if your child is a red bus child, please keep them as a red bus child every single day. It's very, very difficult when red buses Monday and Tuesday and Thursday, but Wednesday and Friday were carpool. So if at all possible, please make sure that you are keeping the same exact way of transportation home. As long as they get here, I don't care if they're carpool in the morning or bus in the morning, but getting them home to you safely is my most important job. So that helps me. Medicine. No medicine will be administered at school except those approved by Mr. Foster. That means that teacher and the office personnel are not allowed to give your child antibiotics, pain relievers, or cough drops. Please do not send any of these items to school with your child. If your child needs medicine in the middle of the day on a daily basis, please see the front office for a form to be completed by the doctor. Health rules. If they have diarrhea or vomiting, they have to be 24 hours free of that, 24 hours fever free. Any pink looking eye goes home if there is no doctor note about allergies. If there is a rash, goes home without a doctor's note. Please see the last 2 pages of the handbook for COVID procedures. COVID kind of changed up the way that we have to look at fever. So please refer to that for COVID. Lunch boxes, things to practice with your child. Opening the lunchbox and all the items inside. Putting a straw in a juice box. Creating a pile of trash. Teach him or her what items go back home, like containers, and what items go in the trash after they eat. We dump all trash at one time on the way out of the cafeteria. So if they have little containers and they have Ziploc bags, if you can practice with them, here's the things I need you to bring back to mom, and here's the things that you can put in the trash can. A tip would be Lunchables can be opened just a little on the corner to get it started for your child. So if you can open a little bit, then they can open the rest usually. A juice or water bottle may be sent in the lunchbox. Please do not send canned drinks. No carbonated beverages are allowed in the cafeteria. Parent lunch in the cafeteria this year is suspended because of COVID, unfortunately. We will celebrate your child's birthday with a birthday crown, pencil, and song. Unfortunately, we cannot do birthday cupcakes this year or cookies, and summer birthdays will be celebrated at the end of the year during May for pretend birthdays. We do make a big deal about birthdays. It's a big deal for a 5 or a 6-year-old. So we're going to make sure that they have a great day. We just can't celebrate with birthday cupcakes or cookies this year. Breakfast and lunch will be free again for students this year. If you think your child will be a lunchbox kid, it would be a great year to try out the cafeteria lunches. Menus can be found at the beginning of the month on the Livingston Parish website. Breakfast, students are offered a bag breakfast at the bus entrance or carpool entrance. If they are eating breakfast at school, they will get their breakfast bag and eat in the classroom. Students will receive a number to memorize. This is the number they use in the cafeteria and computer lab and will follow them through school. Please help them to practice this number when it comes home. So this is their number, like forever. Like Addison is in 7th grade. She's had the same number since we moved into Livingston Parish. So please make sure your child knows this number. Food allergies, doctors complete a form from the cafeteria and sends it back to school. Please let me know if you need one of these forms. Snacks. This is changing this year. So if you had a student that was in kindergarten in the past, it's not the same anymore. We do not have a snack bag. Kindergartners do eat lunch extremely early. We have a snack time at the end of the day. We ask parents to provide a snack for your own child each day. So that is different. We're going to ask that you put a snack in your child's bag for only your child for that day. This snack must be individually packaged and something that can be eaten within just a few minutes. Please see the suggested snack list that was given on testing day. So, not like a family size bag of something, it would have to be something smaller. Your child's first snack should come on the boy girl day in the school bag. Please do not send fruit roll ups. The children have an extremely hard time opening those and eating them. And no nut or strawberry products this year because we do have allergies coming to kindergarten, students with allergies coming to kindergarten that are allergic to nuts and a student that's allergic to strawberries. So please be mindful of that. Dress code. Follow the dress code policy in the student handbook. Hair bows, headbands, jewelry, etc. will be allowed. However, if the child is playing with it, I basically ask them to put it in their school bag for the day. The next day, they could come with another bow if they take it out. And usually that kind of does happen. The little girls come with these super cute bows. And within 10 minutes, they say, "Can you put this in my school?" Like they don't want it anymore. And that's okay. No problem. They put it in their school bag. And then they could come back the next day if they want with it. But if they're playing with it, like if they have a necklace that they keep pulling out, I'll just say, "Why don't you take it off and go put it back in your school bag?" Students must wear socks, white, khaki, or navy. Pullovers must be white or navy, but zip-up jackets can be any color. Eastside Spirit shirts are sold at the beginning of the school year and may be worn every Friday of the school year. These designs usually rotate on a 2-year basis. Eastside zip-up hoodies are also sold. So the red, last year's red, it looks like Captain America t-shirts. If your child was in pre-K, that is still the same shirt for this year. So they can use that this year. If you are new to Eastside and you need a Spirit shirt, we will have forms for you to fill out. They're $10 and they wear them every Friday. It's kind of part of their uniform. And then the hoodies are blue, and this is what they look like. They are zip up jackets. And I don't know the exact cost of these. I think 25. I'm not really sure. But it's on the form. So if you'd like a hoodie, just let me know. Um, or I'll send those home to you, the forms. And that's what they look like. Label, label, label. Please make sure to label everything: lunch boxes, school bags, jackets, sweaters, change of clothes for your child's cubby in a gallon Ziploc bag. You may want to put a light jacket or sweater in your child's school bag in case he or she gets cold in the classroom. I do kind of keep it a little chilly in here, so it would not be unheard of for them to have a little sweater in August in their school bag just because it's cold in the classroom. Not all the time, but they might get cold. Items not labeled are placed in lost and found by the front office. Here's some other important news. Let me move this around. So we have Boy Day, August 12th. Girl Day is August 13th. August 14th, they all come. Due to COVID, class parties, field trips, and parent lunches this year are suspended. This may be adjusted as we change phases from the governor's orders, but for now, we don't have any planned. Please return all forms from testing day if not turned in yet. We do not have a parent-teacher conference scheduled this year for the district, which is new. Please feel free to contact me as needed, either through a note in the folder or my email. And this is my email if you'd like to write it down. Toni, Toni, Bourg, Bourg, at lpsb.org. And I am happy to let you know any information. If I did not cover it here, feel free to email me now. Okay, so for virtual learning, at Eastside, we're going to be using something called Clever. Clever is a hub for learning apps. There is one login, and that's kind of the goal that we're trying to have, is one login to get to lots of different avenues. So we're going to be using Clever, which has other things inside of it. So within Clever, they have something called Seesaw. Seesaw will be our main learning platform for kindergarten at Eastside this entire year. Students who are in Group C, who are called our virtual learners, will start using this program right away. That means they don't come to campus, they're always at home doing their assignments there. Your child will have activities in their assignments folder, and once they've completed the activity, it goes into their digital journal where I can see it and check over it. Parents of children in Group C, these virtual learners, will be responsible for activities within Seesaw program. I am also going to be reaching out to those kids at least 2 to 3 times a week to either Zoom or FaceTime or check in with them and do some mini lessons with them. If your child is attending school in person, which majority of them are in kindergarten, he or she will be getting this instruction and practice whole group with me for Seesaw. So we're going to be practicing as a group, and then they're going to eventually get to the computer lab where they're going to practice on their own, but I'm going to be facilitating that. Your child's journal will be empty until he or she has practiced completing activities with me. Parents of children attending school in person will not be responsible for Seesaw unless we go completely virtual. So if we do go virtual, if that happens, then you will see a lot more Seesaw activity happening at home. There are other programs within the Clever umbrella that your child may use in the future, but for now, we are only focusing on the Seesaw program. Here are some needed items. After we sent out supply list and we started getting some more guidelines through our district, I'm asking, if possible, if you can provide a Play-Doh 4-pack for only your child. I'm going to label these packs with your child's name. I'm going to label all 4 of them with his or her name, and I'm planning to use them every few weeks. So if they get blue, whenever it's time to throw that one out, I'm going to give them their next color. It doesn't matter what the color is, but I need 4 per kid. Please send these in by next Friday, August 21st. A book or coloring book to keep your child's desk for early finishing activities. We are not allowed to use our normal table book boxes this year for students to share books. So usually we have a book box. So at the red table, they would be able to pull out any activity that's in the red box or a book that's in the red box. Well, we can't do that this year because of sharing materials. So if you could possibly send one book, like a story book, maybe their favorite book, like Owen could read Curious George and the Chocolate Factory over and over and over. So I'd probably send that one. If Go Dog Go is your child's favorite book, maybe that's the one to send. So just a book for them to look through and look at, and one coloring book that's child appropriate, just to keep in their desk. And then if they ever wanted to switch out their book, that's totally fine too. I'd like to have that in their desk just if we need it. A teacher wish list. These are things, if you can donate to our class, and I kind of wrote why we need them and how we use them. One family size bag of Skittles. I really don't need 30 of them, just one from like one parent would be fine if you can. And we use this for after centers. Each student, if they have cleaned up their materials, they get a Skittle. And one family size bag of M&Ms. We do hopscotch after lunch. It's in the hallway, and they do hopscotch and then they get an M&M. Individually wrapped candy. After they've had resting time, they get a resting treat and they get a candy on their desk. Dum Dum suckers are used as testing treats every Friday. And so those kind of things go with, like if they were focused on their test, if they weren't talking to their friend, because I have to teach them what the difference between classwork page and a test is. So the test is kind of like, whoa, we're big kids, we're taking a test. So I use that on Friday and I read just a fun story while they're eating their suckers. Small treasure box items. This may be needed again by Christmas time. Students will earn one treasure box item every few weeks from the Pops Party chart. Band-Aids are needed in kindergarten, and gummy lifesavers. We will need 5 bags total to get our class through the year, and we use these for 0 to hero days. So we count like day 1, we put number 1, then day 2, I show them how to make number 2, and we make a number line basically. When we get to 10, 10 has a 0 in it, and 0 the hero comes to visit, and we sing a song and we dance. And I give them a gummy lifesaver because it's in the shape of a 0, and we celebrate a set of 10, and we take all 10 popsicle sticks that we've collected through the first 10 days and we we put them together, and then eventually when we get to the 100th day of school, we take all 10 sets, and that shows them mathematically that 10 sets of 10 equals 100. And so we take one big rubber band and make one set of 100, and that introduces the 100s column to them. So and it kind of just helps them to understand that numbers just can keep going and going and going if we kept coming to school. What should you expect this year? Math and reading.
To report to Miss Buckley's room with the key.
Math and reading are not the most important things that I will teach your child this year. Although they are important, I will put major emphasis on being kind to their friends, using manners to adults and to each other, table manners, organizing themselves, and how to apologize, and the big word, how to forgive. It's very important for them to learn how to forgive. We will be together all day, every day. I will teach them how learning can be fun and how to take a risk even when it seems hard. I hope your child loves being with me as much as I enjoy being with them. They are my little blessings. I absolutely love coming to school, and I love what I do. I feel like this is the best job ever because I get to hang out with some fun, cool 5-year-olds that just look at the world in such an amazing way. And so I love to see the growth that happens over the year of a kindergarten year, because by the end of the year, they're able to read and write multiple sentences. So that's really cool to see. And I did not get to take a picture yet of my own children. This was last year's picture because their first day of school hasn't happened yet. I'm pre-recording this video. But this is just a reminder that the days may feel long, but the years are short. And so I hope that you enjoy their little years as much as possible. So one day they're going to be going to actually going to 7th grade now. Addison and Owen's going to 3rd grade, which makes me so sad. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me, write me a note. You can call me up at school. I've taught some of your kids already, like I've had the older siblings. So I'm really excited to get some of my same families back, and I'm excited to make new relationships with our new families. But I'm always here if you need me, if you have any questions, or if you need anything at home to help out with learning, I am happy to help you. Thanks so much. Bye.